Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? So today, I'm here to talk about augmenting your work identity. So that sounds like a pretty futuristic topic. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by introducing you to some real human beings who have actually done this. So, first of all, you have David, who's an accountant, okay? You've got Dom, who's a creator. And you've got Gal, who's a paralegal. And you've got Yinon, who is an actor. And you've got Ian, who's a futurist. On the face of it, these people don't have a hell of a lot in common. But one thing they do share is they all chose to become virtual humans to help augment their work identity and increase their productivity and help them advance in their careers. So, first of all, what is the underlying technology behind this? So these are some of the other people, the tribe that they belong to, okay? There's about 150 people who have done this to date. And all of this is possible because of advances in artificial intelligence, and in particular, advances in generative artificial intelligence, which you may have heard and read about and seen in your social feeds recently. That's the ability to take content, whether that be text or images or videos, and to auto-create endless amounts of content at scale just from that little bit of data to begin with. But what we think is really exciting at Hour One is the ability not just to scale content, and AI and machine learning has really been applied to scale and automate. We think there's a real opportunity to augment, and to augment on the level not of the corporation, but to augment skills and to empower people at the level of the employee. So what we're doing at Hour One is we are building and creating new virtual identities for people. So you see Gal here and you see Inon, and they're looking in astonishment at their virtual selves and seeing the new capabilities of what their virtual selves can actually do. So how is this created? So what we need is a little sample of video footage, a little bit of training data, and from that we can recreate you in virtual form, and then animate you just using text. And when I say we animate you, I mean you own these virtual identities. They're for you, and you can put them to work on your behalf in ways to help you fulfill what it is you're trying to do at work. So now that you have these virtual twins, in what ways are people really doing this? So let's just take you through the human beings that I introduced you to right at the start. Here you've got David. So he's an accountant. And he's also a legal expert. And what he's trying to do is set up a coaching business to capitalize on his 30 years of expertise. Thing is, he's extremely knowledgeable about accountancy, about legal matters, but he's not great in front of the camera. He's not great at presenting himself. It's not a skill that he ever acquired. So he actually came to Hour One, maybe sort of an unlikely candidate to become a virtual twin, but he knew that he needed to present himself in a way that was very presentable and professional, and he didn't want to spend any time doing it. So all David does is he writes the content, he creates the content, and he submits the script. And here's an example of a video that David made.
Hello, I'm David Fritsch, and I'm happy to introduce you to the Opportunity Cost Calculator. Bottlenecks are usually the result of lost opportunity costs.
So David's managed to make all kinds of coaching content to help him grow his business that can be accessed by his customers to help promote his business as well. So that's the first way someone in the real world is actually deploying virtual human technology to advance their career. So as I mentioned, David and the other four are one of about 150 people today who've actually created their virtual likeness and are currently putting them to work on their behalf. Much of the way that this is happening today really points to the future of work and the gig economy, because these people have actually licensed their likeness to appear in commercial content for businesses. So they act as virtual talent, and they actually earn a little bit of passive income when their virtual selves get hired. So the thing is, again, it's not just about scaling your presence, but it's also about augmenting your skills. So these people can actually speak different languages that they don't speak in the real world. So as you can see here, this is a little glimpse into our platform. You select a virtual human, you pick a language, you enter the text, and suddenly, as a virtual human, you can be speaking languages that you just don't know in real life. And you saw those astonished looks earlier from Yinon and Gal. They were watching themselves speak languages that they don't know in real life. And besides earning a little bit of extra cash, they can also add tremendous value to businesses when they're employed. And I'm next just going to play a little video from a case study of a customer that they were hired by and the value that they're adding there.
For the last 100+ years, people come to Berlitz because the experience they have with the live instructor is what they want. Is there a way through technology to, as best as possible, emulate great instructors?
Hello, my name is Eva. Lisa.
It literally has changed the game for us as a company. This new technology allows us to have 100% of the world to have access to the #1 way to learn a language.
לכולם מגיעה גישה לחינוך.
نحن أقوى معا.
我们可以建立一个更善解人意的未来。
So you might have caught, there's Yinon right there, speaking Mandarin, a language that he definitely doesn't know, and helping to empower Berlitz to create a new platform that enriches their business, but then also enriches the lives of students that want to learn languages at a more cost-effective price all over the world. So next, who else did we have up on that slide? We had Dom. Dom is our creator. So he came to Hour One. He's one of the original YouTubers, right? So he is in the business of uncovering what the camera or what video content can really do for him. And now we live in an era of the proliferation of video channels, right? So you've got short-form content channels and which now creators need to service, and they just can't scale their own presence at the pace of the proliferation of these channels. So Dom came to Hour One to see how he could scale himself, create content without having to be in front of the camera every time. And so here's a little glimpse into his virtual transformation.
Hello, this is Dom, your friendly neighborhood artificially intelligent virtual human. Lately, I've been working on a project with a company called Hour One who specializes in virtual humans, and I've been turned into exactly that.
So you can find more about that and that project on Dom's YouTube page. He's documented the whole process. He's actually available on Hour One's platform for hire. So you can actually go on there and make videos with his likeness. So, you know, he's thinking forward, how do I augment my presence, the equity that I've built over the last decade on YouTube, and scale that in the future? So we've covered off on most of these characters, apart from Ian. So where's Ian at? Ian is a futurist, okay? He is, in his circles, he is a well-known, highly respected person. He appears on stages all over the world. And he's thinking about, how do I uncover and tap into some of this value and equity that he's built over the years? How can he scale himself? So what's interesting is that Ian, or virtual Ian, has actually been hired by a broadcaster to appear as his virtual self and to be able to present the futures reports as a guest reporter. So, and while Ian is doing that, he's appearing on stages in Barcelona and all over Europe, while in the US, he is basically this guest reporter as his AI self. Let's take a little glimpse.
Thanks, Roxy. AI-generated art won in the digital art category at the Colorado State Fair's annual art competition this week. Creator Jason Allen used a platform called Midjourney, an AI that creates generative art from text prompts and eliminates the need for technical skill to produce vivid imagery. His use of the platform was clearly indicated on the entry, and even though the judges didn't know what it was, they said if they'd known, they still would have awarded it.
So that's an example of virtual Ian content that airs every week on Defiance Media. At this point, you might be wondering, where's Virtual Natalie? Well, I can tell you that Virtual Natalie is emceeing on other stages at Web Summit so that I can be with you live today. So I'm just going to leave you with just one question. What would you do with your virtual human? How can your virtual human help you advance in your career? And would you like to join this incredible tribe of 150 plus? Please be in touch if so. Thank you very much.